All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. We're in for a treat tonight as we have another SmileyFaceJane peak performances stream. So looking forward to that. It'll be with a 1984 team. I've got the pack giveaway form almost ready to go. It's got everything but the team information in it. I did want to confirm one thing. I copied a form from 1983. There was no expansion in 1984, so I'm pretty sure this will still be correct. I just want to make sure it's 26 teams, 14 in the AL, 12 in the NL. Yep, 26 teams. I think that's it. There is a wild card, so you don't have to win the division to make the playoffs. So it is still. Oh, this has to be changed because you could hold on a second. I think. No. You had to win your division. There were no wild cards. You had to win your division. I think this is still correct. Yeah, you had to win your division to make the playoffs. So this is still correct. Make the playoffs / win their divisions. That's still correct. So the only thing we need, SmileyFaceJane, is the team. This was the 83 Red Sox I just copied. Do you want to tell us the team? Or we could wait for the raid to come in. The Angel. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Let's get this over here. Let's do the 1984. They were California that year, not Anaheim, not LA. Let's see. They went 70 and 92 in the AL West, finishing in 5th place. Um, 29 games behind the Chicago White Sox. It's very weird to think of an early 80s White Sox team being good. Like, I think of that as being like, isn't that Ron Kittle era? Oh, okay. Kittle, Baines, Lazinski, Carlton Fisk. Okay, yeah, pretty good lineup. And then what's the pitching look like? Oh, yeah. Lamar Hoyt, Floyd Bannister, Richard Dotson. 20 game winner, Richard Dotson. Yeah, that is a pretty good White Sox team. Okay. SmileyFaceJane has a White Sox team from around that time consideration for this. Oh, that's great. That's great. There are so many teams that have like one or two weird like future superstars or washed up superstars that are like weirdly on the roster. This is such a fun Easter egg hunt now. I used to just do this with teams that I liked that didn't make the playoffs, but SmileyFaceJane has turned this into like a science of finding great teams for peak performances. Oh, so this would be an 86 team. Interesting. I still think the 86 World Series is still such a anomaly. I mean, even as a Mets fan, like objectively, if I look back at that season, the only thing elite about that team was probably the depth and quality of the starting pitching staff. Especially when you look at it through OOTP terms, like in the base game. it's kind of amazing that they did so well. But then again, like starting pitching can take you a long way. So it's, it's not nothing. But 29 games on the White Sox. And then the White Sox would just, I think they got wiped out in they lost in the ALCS. To the World Series champion. Baltimore Orioles. All right, so that's what we've got going on tonight. Perfect timing, Ezra Denny. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I was just updating the pack giveaway form for tonight's sim. Most nights when we do a pack giveaway, it's based on guessing the outcome of the simulation we're doing. And tonight we're playing Peak Performances with SmileyFaceJane. This is a game where I have a bunch of games that I've made up to play on stream, and they're all open to the community. You just have to redeem channel points to play them. SmileyFaceJane is going to be playing Peak Performances. She's become an expert at finding these fun teams that have interesting rosters for Peak Performances. So in Peak Performances, you take any historic team, in this case the 1984 California Angels, and you can replace any 5 players with peak versions of themselves. So if you can find a team like the 1973 Mets who have an end-of-career Willie Mays, you can replace him with a peak Willie Mays. So it gets pretty fun if you can find those weird rosters. Brown Bag Mulligan, good to see you. I am doing pretty well. I hope you are too. In fact, I hope everyone in the chat's doing well. Hope the start to your week has gone okay. I don't know if anyone is out there watching the Olympics, but I was watching the U.S. Olympic mixed doubles curling team play today in a gold medal match. That was a lot of fun. Also watched U.S. Women's hockey play Canada. OOTP, no, Perfect Team taught you that Willie Mays is no Paul Blair. OOTP base game will tell you that Willie Mays is still a GOAT. OOTP Perfect Team is what taught you that, Ezra did. Alright, so the other big question, I guess, my fishing is, do you want to be in the voice chat or the regular chat tonight? Oh, can we do 83? Yes, I have not published the form yet. Let me update the title slide. Let me update the Twitch subject. 1983. You might have not wanted to do 83 initially since you had done that one, but I think enough time has passed. Okay. Alright, so the title slide has changed. The OOTP subject should update eventually. I just updated in OBS. And I just need to update the form. So the title of the form, 83, and the name of the form, and then, let's see, the experimental details. This is 1983. And then let me pull up the 83 season details. Oh, you know what? I think I was looking at 83. No. I think I was looking at 83 when I did this record. So that actually bails me out. So if I change this to 83, it is 70 and 92. I was looking at the wrong season. I should have known that because 84 was the big Tigers season. So I should have known that. Yeah, so the win. Yeah, so all this is already right because. All right. Okay, so everything else is still right. Yeah, so we can switch to 83, no problem. I haven't, you know what? And also saves from having to create a run environment, so that's even better. We'll get to start like 10 minutes earlier than normal. Ah, I should give myself some credit. Probably only takes me 5 minutes to set one of these up now. All right, so let me publish this form. People can start guessing already if they want to. Yeah, Brown Bag Mulligan. The hockey game was surprisingly lopsided. I think also surprising was that the Canadian team did not qualify for uh, the medal rounds for mixed doubles curling. It was Italy, Sweden, Great Britain, and the U.S. All right, so the form is up. Go ahead and pin that. Now, you don't have to be present to win, so you can submit now if you want to. Most people usually want to wait until they see how the roster comes together, which is perfectly fine. And let's see. I did want to peek in on a team that was in late bronze and was about to they're down 1-3. And so we have to go. We're going to the game anyway. I thought we'd pop in and see. Oh, we're still in late bronze, so we may. I wonder if we survived being down 1-3. This is pretty far into it. We're almost 6 hours into it, so it's a pretty deep run. This is a new account I created to demonstrate to the new players that you can. Oh, look at this. We came back to win, and now we're down again 0-2. All right, let's see what that last series did. We were definitely down 1-3. I remember seeing that. We won the first game, lost 3, and then we won 3 in a row. And now we lost the first 2 of the next series. But this is a team I made half a week into the last PTCS cycle. And I built a live roster for a live iron roster for under 1,000 perfect points. A live bronze roster, I think, for also under 1,000 perfect points. A late iron, which is a 0 variant tournament for under 1,500 perfect points. And a late bronze, which is also a 0 variant tournament for under 2,000 perfect points. Now, as I won tournaments and as I won draft tournaments, I did buy some additional cards. So I bought like this limited edition. Oh no, that's not the limited edition. That's the iron. It's the limited edition. I bought this clubhouse Sanchez. I bought this clubhouse Marcus Stroman. Right, but I bought them using clubhouse stars I earned by winning tournaments. So I was just trying to show, like, you could be brand new, and as long as you like pay attention and listen to like the things the streamers are teaching you, and the things that the information other players are offering you, whether it's through Discord or the forums or in the chats, that you can have a competitive team. So in 3.5 weeks out of a 4-week PTCS cycle, this team qualified for Iron Bronze, playing live tournaments and 0 variant tournaments. So that's what this team is. And so so we're making a pretty deep run here in a 0 variant tournament. Right, quarterfinals is pretty good. Even if we get knocked out right now, right, that's 30 clubhouse stars and 2 historic gold packs. And 30 clubhouse stars can get you some pretty good lower level cards because this account plays iron and bronze. Right, so like the non-variant Walt Terrell, which is a pretty good iron pitcher. this Spain I have on all my iron teams. Right, a lot of these, especially the non-variants, which is what's allowed in low bronze and low iron. You know, we could buy just from winning this, just from finishing the top 8 in this tournament. And then this team has won a few weeklies, which is why we have so many clubhouse stars. Anyway, now that we're over into the OOTP, we'll switch over to the base game side. And we'll go new game. We should have a 1983 quick start. Yeah, there it is. So this will be peak performances in OOTP 26, SmileyFaceJane. I think California is just CAL, right? Or the Angels are just CAL. But 1983 CAL. And let's see. We're taking over the Angels. This is SmileyFaceJane. Switch to female. Commissioner mode cannot be fired. And then while this, I would say while this sets up, it's set up pretty much immediately. SmileyFaceJane, did you want to do voice chat or regular chat tonight? It is always up to the participant. I offer both. You know, the fan on my computer is getting louder and louder, and I wonder if I need to replace the fan. There's like a little rattle. It's semi-intermittent, but it's getting close to constant. And I worry that it's going to go out any minute now. Or not maybe any day now. I feel like a fan that's already rattling is probably could fail at any point. As soon as the rattle gets too severe, it'll just spin itself out of commission. So it's SmileyFaceJane, voice chat or regular chat. In the meantime, I'm going to set up the mailbox. Regular chat. Got it. Okay, mailbox is set up. No problem. No problem. Manager options. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the roster. And while we do that, I'm going to be setting up a notepad file. I'll show you an example. It doesn't have to be Notepad. It has to be any application that can generate a TXT file. I just use Notepad because it's free on Windows and it does what I need it to do. Here's an example of what a roster file looks like. This is the one we created for the Terran Score Tribute Sim. Right? It's player ID, comma, the year version of that player you want, comma, and then the destination. Now for destination, I usually use FTM for Franchise Time Machine because I don't always know where I'm going to send that team. But for this roster, we're only going to be using it for tonight for California. So I will use CAL and we'll send them right into the Angels. If you don't put a destination, the players will go into the free agency pool, which is usually fine. A lot of seasons there is no free agency pool. But if there is a free agency pool, it is a huge pain to not have a team destination programmed in. The other thing is, this doesn't come up that often, but if you're doing like a multi-season save or something, and you're worried about your 40-man roster size, I would then recommend you take the abbreviation of one of your minor league teams and send them to your minor league team. Otherwise, they'll automatically get added to your 40-man roster, and you'll be paying them major league salary, and most importantly, you won't have any more 40-man roster space. So I don't say that often, but every once in a while I think I should mention it. That just find the it's usually a 3 or 4 letter abbreviation for a minor league team. Send them to the minors instead. That way you still don't have to search for them in the free agency pool. But you'll still be able to access them without having your 40-man roster destroyed. Okay, so usually we take a little tour of what this team's got on its team. Pitching staff. So look, not a strong pitching staff, but not an especially weak one. There's only one player below 2.5 stars, which is average. But there are only 2 pitchers above 2.5 stars. Oh, yeah, they're okay. Like a 39-year-old Tommy John, there are some really good Tommy John seasons. I'm guessing that's going to be one of the players we're going to be dealing with. And then if you go to the batting side, okay, now this is a pretty strong lineup. You've got a 4-star Bobby Grich. You've got 3.5-star Brian Downing and Doug DeCinces. Then you got also a 3.5-star Rod Carew. How old is Carew in this season? He's 37. So he's getting up there, but he's still coming off of a 319 batting average in 1983. And then everyone else is at least average except for Tim Foley and Joe Ferguson. So there's a lot of raw materials to work with here. And then another thing I like that SmileyFaceJane has pioneered is using the reserve roster. Oh yeah, look at this. There's a 22-year-old Mike Witt here. 23-year-old Mike Brown. These are guys who go on to have really good seasons. 20-year-old Dick Schofield. Okay, this might be a reserve roster heavy peak performances. There are some really fun names in this reserve roster here. Also, Steve Lubritich has a really fun name. All right. Also, one year when I was collecting baseball cards, I remember having a bunch of Rob Wilfong cards, who was like a worthless card. I think anyone who's collected baseball cards has, like, in any given year, has the card that they had way too many of. And one year it was Rob Wilfong. I remember having lots of Rob Wilfongs. All right, so SmileyFaceJane, where should we start for your peak performances? 5 players we're going to replace with peak performances themselves. Or peak versions of themselves. And if I hit on any names already, we can start with those if you want. Okay, hitters. Here's the lineup. Lots of fun options here. Okay, we're going to start with Carew, who's already a 3.5 star. But we know in this career there will be better seasons. So first let me go into editor and get his player ID. This is where you can find the player ID in editor. And one thing you'll notice is, here's the historical ID from the historical database. The baseball reference ID is the exact same. So if you find a player in baseball reference, you can this ID will be in their URL, and you can use that as their player ID too. All right, let's look at his real life stats. Unfortunately, OPS Plus still broken, but you can look at OPS to see he had a peak season in 1977 where he hit 388. You've got a 919 in 1975 hitting 359. Had more, but the I think the 77 is also appealing because it's peak power and peak average. Also 16 triples. So, but lots of good seasons in Carew's career here. So, what year are we looking at, SmileyFaceJane? 77. Yep, peak WAR, peak OPS, 14 home runs, 16 triples, which is always fun. More walks than strikeouts, which you don't see that much anymore. So it should be really fun. Look at all these stars. All these all-star appearances. And then Rookie of the Year, and then MVP. Alright. Is the next one a batter or a pitcher? Also, I realized I didn't mention one name, but there's a Reggie Jackson down here. All right, we're going to take another batter. All right, let's go with Reggie Jackson. This is a 2.5-star Reggie Jackson. Let's go get his player ID. And there will be lots of fun seasons to pick from here. Of course, the peak WAR seasons and the peak OPS seasons tend to stand out. This is where I think OPS Plus would be helpful, though, because OPSs tend to go up and down, league-wide OPSs. But 1969, yeah, that is his peak OPS season with 10-18, 7.9 WAR, 47 home runs. And it's funny because people wouldn't even blink at his strikeout numbers these days. But, he did get criticized a lot for the amount of strikeouts. But he had 114 walks this year, too. And did bring that number down from the 171 the year before. All right, so, yeah. So you see lots of All-Stars. You've got a couple of Silver Slugger Awards, World Series MVPs, MVP Award. Of course, the World Series MVP is why he had the nickname Mr. October. All right. Batter or pitcher next? One more batter. All right. Oh, I think I know who this might be. There is a 31-year-old Fred Lynn here. And peak Lynn is insane. Yeah, peak Fred Lynn is so good. I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be... What a lineup this is going to be. Holy cow. This is a fun team. Carew helping to set the table, and then Lynn and Jackson driving in runners. All right, here we go. Yeah, the 74 small sample size is insane. That is true. Alright, so 79 Fred Lynn. I mean, also crazy is his rookie year is crazy good. 47 doubles, 331 average, 967 OPS out of the gates. Yeah, 79. This is, I think, peak home run. Peak OPS, peak WAR. So 1979. Okay, so the lineup getting a huge facelift. Also, not only the bat, but check out the gold gloves, right? Rookie of the Year, MVP. But you get a gold glove center fielder with that bat. Now, this is one where SmileyFaceJane. If you want, you can bring in you can choose career fielding or single season fielding if you want for some of these players. Because I worry that if it's career fielding for Fred Lynn, it might nerf the Gold Glove defense. But then again, we've seen where the career defense actually brings imports higher, so it's hard to tell. All right, and then so it said one more hitter, so I'm assuming that message meant that the rest are pitchers. So we'll flip over to the pitching staff. Oh, Ken Forsch. All right. I like it. Speckle, thank you for redeeming switches for Crouton. Crouton has parked himself right next to me. I think he's wondering why I'm streaming and not switching him. Well, it's because it was only now that Speckle finally redeemed some switches for you. So good thing Speckle's here. Switches for you, buddy. Oh, a satisfied growl from him, too. All right. Ken Forsch. You got the player ID, real life stats. A lot of good ERA pluses here. ERA plus is ERA relative to the league. So it helps kind of identify players who are, regardless of what the league ERA is doing, right? So even in the year of the pitcher, if you have a high ERA plus. Now that said, the one downside is ERA not always the best statistic for telling you how good a pitcher is, but the ERA plus at least makes it relative to the season. 1971, a 143 ERA plus. Now, one thing you do want to look at is like ERA plus in concert with WAR, right? So this is a 168 with only a .16 WAR. 71 is a 143 with a 3.8 WAR. So I think definitely a sign of a more productive season here. 1.14 WHIP. Combination of starter and reliever. 0.6 WAR is the reliever, and you need the starter stamina. Yeah, there we go. So 1971. Forsch. Okay. I mean, I'm hoping the other pick is Tommy John, because I just think that guy has such an interesting career. Oh, we're going to the reserve. Oh, that's right. I even called out the players on the reserve roster. So I think the ones I said were Mike Brown, Mike Witt, and Dick Schofield. Mike Witt, all right. Yeah, Mike Witt had some excellent seasons. And I think especially, I want to say 85 or 86 had a really good season. So I was thinking of this one, 5.5 WAR in 86, but I didn't realize he also had a 5 WAR season in 84 and then a 4 WAR season in 88. So lots of productive seasons here. And a small sample size, 229 ERA plus. You like 86 Wit? Okay. Yeah, that's right. If you would run the 84 team, you'd already have a good Wit and wouldn't need to replace him. Yeah, this 86 recent season is really good. And I think, look, relative to the era, I think 208 strikeouts is a lot, right? In 86? Your pitching staff is awful in 83? Yeah. That's why I was a little surprised you went 3 batters, because I thought you might go Forsh, Witt, and Tommy John. But I mean, Carew, Jackson, and Lynn is so fun. I'm glad you went that way instead. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do those bats. All right, so this is the roster file. All right, you got 77 Carew, 69 Reggie Jackson, 79 Fred Lynn, 71 Ken Forsh, and the only player coming from the future is a 1986 Mike Witt. Everyone else is traveling in from the past. So I just need to save this file because we need to feed it into OOTP. All right. So that's ready to go. So we'll do so to do the import, we do manager pull down menu, GM and manager actions, sign a free agent. And if you're in commissioner mode, which you have to be to do this, there's an actions pull down menu. You can create fictional players like we do for create a roster, and tonight we'll be importing historical players from the historical database. Up here is where you enter players one at a time. It's really convenient when we are trying to fix something. Like I just need to fix one player, but it also has the issue that you can't specify where they go. So that's the extra convenience of uploading the file. Okay, and then real stats 1 year calculation base. This is something new that we specifically asked OOTP for this cycle, and they give it to us within like a month and a half, I think, from when we asked. When you did 84 California Angels, the 5th pick was Tommy John, but he seemed the most safe of the 3 to keep in 83. Yeah, it seemed like the 83 John was going to be okay. Fielding ratings based on. Do you want to start this off at 1 year, 3 year, or career? I think career is probably the safest for flexibility. And then if anyone imports unexpectedly bad, we can try 1 year. For stamina, we definitely want to do 1 year, especially for Forsh. And there's no small sample size players here, but I always like to take this down just in case. All right, so it should say 5 players are important if I didn't miss anything up. Okay. Now we'll go to the roster, make sure we got the right versions. Carew, Jackson, Lynn, Forsh, Witt. Okay, so these will all go into the short list. It just makes it easier to work with them. We'll go to SmileyFaceJane's pull down menu, and we'll go to short list, all players. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the year to their names. So Ken Forsh is 1971. You have to hit enter when you make a name change, and then you can arrow down to the next player. This is 1986. Enter, and then arrow down. Rod Carew, 1977. Enter and arrow down. Fred Lynn, 1979. Hit enter and arrow down. Reggie Jackson, 1969. Enter. There we're good. Okay, so now let's see the defense. So Fred Lynn, I think, is what we're most concerned about. So he comes in with a 50 center field rating. Let me see what happens if we do single season import. We might lose the left or right field, or maybe both, but I think he'll import better. Oops, not create a player. So here we'll switch defense fielding rating based on imported season. And he'll show up here in the free agency pool. What did I do wrong? Oh, I had 1983. I had the wrong year. Let's try that again. $1979. Okay, he's a 60 in center field, which is much better. But he's center field only. So now let's try bringing in the 3-year defense. The 3-year defense is a 55 in center field, and you don't get any other. So, SmileyFaceJane, your call. You can get a 60 in center field, or you can get a 50 in center field with very good left and right field defense. You'll take the 60 in center field, okay. So let me delete out this Fredland. And then we'll delete out the 55 in center field Fredland. And then we'll keep this one. Yeah, we can do this with Carew. That's fine. And we'll just add him to the Angels. Okay. So now let's do this with Rod Carew. We'll start with the imported season, just the imported season fielding. This is just first base only. Oh, sorry. This was a 3-year. Yeah, so I guess we'll keep the career. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, no, there wouldn't be. There wouldn't be. You're right. Yeah, his second base isn't great. His third double play is good, though. All right, so let's see. You want to start with pitching, batting, or strategy? SmileyFaceJane. Sorry, first we have to make the roster good. So the original Carew, the original Lynn, the original Forsh, Jackson, yeah, that's 4 because Mike Waite came from the reserve. So you need to cut one player to get back to 25. And since Mike was a pitcher, we can look at the pitchers first if you want. I mean, Dave Goltz is pretty useless. This profile is pretty bad. Send out Goltz and Ron Jackson. And bring up, my old baseball card buddy, Rob Wolfong. All right. So do you want to look at pitching staffs or batters or strategy first? Let's get strategy out of the way. Okay. I could just import your SmileyFaceJane strategy. And then we can adjust this however you like. Hold runner all the way to the right. Okay. Okay. And then batters or pitchers next. Pitchers. Okay. Let's ask the AI. Forsh in the 1 spot, Witt in the 2 spot. Luis Sanchez is your closer with Doug Corbett setting up. Number 1, Witt. 2, Forsh. Keeson, Zahn, Tommy John. Okay. And then we'll ask for a new bullpen setup. Corbett stopper. 8th and later. Okay. And middle relief secondary. Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. That was Sanchez. I messed up. So, okay, Sanchez is set up. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, no, I didn't mess up. Stopper. Okay, I got that right. Sanchez is set up. 7th or later. Middle relief secondary. Okay, so that's done. Those two are done. Everyone else, middle relief. Normal usage. No secondary. Okay. Middle relief secondary Corbett. Okay. Rotation mode. Oh, okay. And then sort by hold. Okay. '80 and up, hold runner all the way to the right. 80 and up. Okay. Okay, I think that's done. All right, moving on to hitters. Let's see what the AI wants to do first. Leading off Carew, Lynn hitting 3rd, Reggie Jackson hitting 4th. The DH is Beniquez. Okay, VRVL with no DH. Carew, Lynn, Jackson, Gritch. I think everyone else. Oh no, Burleson. Pitcher, Boone. Okay. Carew, Lynn, Jackson, Gritch, Sensei, Browning, Burleson, Pitcher, Boone. Okay. Same top six of the DH. Okay. Carew, Lynn, Jackson, Rich, let's say Downing. Okay. And then Benitez, Burleson, Boone. Okay. Carew, Lynn, Jackson, Rich, Sensei, Downing, Benitez, Burleson, Boone. Okay. Then let's do backups. We'll flip everyone to if starter tired. Let me do that first, and then okay. Do you want? Let me know if you see any depth chart things you want me to change. The form questions for war are old. Let me see what that says. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry about that, everybody. The war questions reference actual war numbers that are from the wrong teams, so you can just ignore those. Actually, I think I can take those out without messing up the form. Okay. Thank you, Nerd of Anarchy, for noticing that. All right, depth charts are good, lineups are good, pitching staff is good, strategy is good. I think we're set then. So, SmileyFaceJane, thank you for redeeming channel points again so we can play another one of your fun peak performances. Every time I have one on the calendar, I get excited because I know it's going to be fun. And it's a little it's a little lower maintenance for me than running a creator roster. So it's also an easier night for me too. So all right, so I think let's go ahead and let me see where we are relative to the next ad break. Oh, perfect timing. I'm going to run 3 minutes ad. This is everyone's 3-minute warning for the pack giveaway form. So good luck with that. And when I come back, we will close the form, take a look at the guesses, and then we can run the sim. All right, looks like we're back from ads. I am back from BRB. Pack giveaway form has some entries, so that's good. I'm going to set up the spreadsheet so everyone has a few more moments while I do that. But if you need more time to submit, please let me know. I'll hold the form open for you. No, Lisa Lajalji. We know it's a long form. We will wait for you. It's a fun tie break system. So, I'm happy to. I don't want anyone to miss out just because of timing. So, we will leave it open. Are you sure? You came in really close the other night. I think you were within one question. And in fact, I know two of your questions you were way off because you said you were distracted and put the wrong thing. If any one of those two had hit, I think you would have won because I think you also had the latest the final tiebreak is whoever got the question closest to the end right, and I think you had that. So I think you might have won it if you had not gotten confused on those two questions. Oh, you know what? Yeah, while you do that too, I need to save the game and do the quick start, so we can do a couple of those things. Do that save the quick start. Let's see, this will be Peak Performances 26, SmileyFaceJane, 1983, California. Yeah, don't feel the need to rush. In fact, I could just do a draft. I was going to do a draft or two tonight. Why don't we do that? I'll do a draft while SmileyFaceJane fills out her form. So this is saved, so we can go to the OP start screen. The other thing too is if you go OOTP start screen, it'll auto save as you're leaving, so it'll help you from messing yourself up. Let me sign up for a quick here, and then we're signing up for late bronze. We just signed up for late iron. And we're still in late iron. That's good. So this team, this is a team that had that run in late bronze. It looks like we're making a little bit of a run in late iron. Again, this is a brand new account. Qualify for PTCS in 3.5 weeks. Teams assembled for fewer than 1,500 perfect points, 2,000 perfect points. We are down 0-2 in the quarterfinal, but we're in the quarterfinal. So that's another 15 Clubhouse stars. So we're just going to keep adding to the pile of Clubhouse stars. But let me switch accounts. Oh, Z Grizzly redeeming switches for Crouton. These are from Z Grizzly, buddy. There you go. Thank you for that. Jane playing P performances looks a lot like Perfect Team. Well, SmileyFaceJane is just good at everything OOTP related, so. Alright, let me switch accounts and we'll do a draft. Cardinal fan, if you want to fill out a pack giveaway form too, I'm going to do a draft to give Lisa Loves Biology some time. So you could take that same time to do one yourself too. It's pinned to the chat. If you don't see it, just try refreshing and it should show up. So last night we did 3 perfecto drafts in stream. They were weeklies. In 1983, it would be 162 games. It was after the season was extended, so 162. So we have another perfecto we can draft. So yeah, so those 3 perfectos, we had 1 second round exit, 1 third round exit, and I think the other was a 5th round exit. So we had some pretty good drafts last night. And so this also this is a daily perfecto though. It fires in 3 hours and 45 minutes. Perfecto Sunrise. I think this is one that Nerd of Anarchy plays too. It is just standard modern era neutral stadium. Okay. So none of the big ones showed up here, so I will probably go Yogi. And I'm a sucker for the contact power combination, so I do like the Tavares card quite a bit. If Seeker were less splitty, had a little better defense, I'd probably go Seeker, but I'm going to go Tavares here. Probably Yamamoto. Dolan I like, but Collins is one of my favorite second base cards. But you know what? I think this early I might take Dolan for the flexibility, and he's got a little more pop. So go Dolan. Man, we haven't really gotten any great cards here. None have really jumped out at me yet. I'll probably take the Lee Smith. And maybe the Lamet. I don't like that control, though. I guess we might as well get some depth. We'll take the Fritsch. The Thames isn't a bad bat, but the fielding, there's really nowhere good to put him. So I'll go Fritsch. He can defend all 3 infield spots, so that's not terrible. Man, we haven't gotten any of the real no-brainer cards. This is a little bit of a bummer. Go Pivetta and Santos, I guess. Oh, yeah, but that doesn't happen on this Perfecto Sunrise, I don't think. It does happen in the 20-man all the time. Yeah, so Cardinal fan, if you do win and don't want the packs, I usually we just move everyone up a spot. So second place becomes first place, and then runner up becomes second place. So we'll take care of that. But I'm a big fan of people participating just to have fun. So Arky Vaughn and Noodles Han. Yeah, I take my second choice card all the time in these perfect drafts. I played the 5L the other day and are there some one card rounds in the 5L, right? I did the same thing there. Ended up with my second choice card. By the way, for like low home run era, dead ball, home run suppressing ballparks, this Olerud card is great. Jay Biggs was doing a normal draft and was only going to take 2 in the iron round. He was wondering if other people did stuff like that in those drafts. And you brought me up. That's amazing. That's funny. Sanchez. My name used to come up a lot too when people would like not be able to finish a draft, and they would mention that like I would fall asleep during drafts, which I did all the time. All right, I'm gonna go. It's either Incaviglia or Perez, and we're short outfielders right now, so I think I'm gonna go Incaviglia. Perez has probably the better card. His power is lower, but his contact and eye are better. But I think we need outfielders, so I'll take the Incaviglia. Snodgrass might be the better outfielder, but I like Incaviglia's power bat in this era. Campanella, we need another catcher. I mean, for real, we have not gotten any of those cards where it's like an automatic take. Like, no 105s. No, we got a 105 Lee Smith, but to me, that's not an automatic take card. Alright. But it's drafts like this, I think, where you differentiate yourself, right? Because it's easy to just take all the 105s. Cole, and I guess Burns. Yeah, Cole, Burns. For once, we're not too far behind on pitchers, though. That's nice. Okay, we'll take the 105 Babe Ruth. That's a pretty good card. It's not the two-way Ruth, though. This is the... this Ruth has more power, but does not have the two-way capability. And, we don't have a first baseman, so we'll take Vlad Jr. And we have two catchers. Only one catcher left, but we already have two catchers. So here's Seaver and Grove. Ooh, although, instead of Grove, I am tempted to take Zobrist. What does my pitching staff look like so far? We've got 9. Seaver's the 10th. I think we can pass on Grove and go Zobrist. We've got 2 lefties. Normally I would take Grove to get a third lefty, but I think Zobrist is the pick here. No, you're right. You're right, Haller. He can pitch. He's just not. He's terrible at it. Nerderanki's favorite draft mess up is three quarters of the way through with 5 outfielders before you notice it's a 20-man. Oh, that's rough. The other thing I've done is I was doing a high heat, which is 6 or 7 rounds of perfect, followed by diamonds. And I thought it was a near perfect. So I was just taking cards without regard for position. And then so I got to the diamonds and I had like 2 catchers and 2 shortstops and like 1 starting pitcher. That one did not go very well. All right, so where are we position-wise? We've got all the starters covered. I'd like to upgrade center field. All right. Kemp is a glove upgrade, but that's about it. Charleston might be an upgrade at starting center field. His bat's not as good, but his glove is better. So we'll go Kluber. We have 1 more center fielder coming. We only have 3 outfielders. Having a 4th would not be bad. I think it's Charleston over Kemp. Charleston. Yeah, I think Charleston also the added first base. Not that that's a huge deal, but I think that's also a little helpful. All right, how many pitchers do we have now? We've got 11 pitchers. Oh, Gooden. For sure. For sure. All right, did start Charleston. We could still use a good middle infielder. And then otherwise it's next best bat. You know what? I might take. I like this Phillips card a lot. The flexibility is great. The huge eye is nice. I mean, the Evans bat is also huge, but he's right field only. We'll go Phillips here. Okay, last round. We got all our positions filled, so we can just take best available. None of these are really jumping. I do like this huge power on the Cravath card. So maybe we'll go Cravath, and then maybe we go to 13 pitchers. This Hernandez is a pretty good bat. Who's backing up Vlad Jr.? Oh, Zobrist. Oh, I've got a starter. So maybe we'll take Hernandez. Judd Wilson can also play first. He also gives a lot more roster flexibility. Let's see. Who do I like better VR? Other than power, but the power difference is pretty big. I think just from a roster perspective, Judd Wilson gives us more flexibility. So we'll go Cravath, Wilson. Yeah, I mean, I think we end up with a decent roster, but it didn't have any of the must-take cards. Even that Ruth, it's the two-way Ruth that I think is the must-take card. This one's okay. This one's good, but it's nowhere near as good as that other one. So I don't know. Maybe able to muddle through a couple rounds with this team. Yeah, I guess it is still automatic. The bat is huge. That's true. Holler wants you to have the Ruth pitch. Let me show you. Let me show you this Ruth pitching. Yeah, if it were not a perfecto, I would probably at least put him in as a mop up guy. But in a perfecto, this is just cannon fodder. So let's see. I think with the lower stuff, we'll take Noodles out and we'll go all right-handed rotation. I think Burns might be the pick there to go in. But we'll bump him down, I think. Let's see. What's my... It's Gooden, Seaver. Cole, Burns, Yamamoto, I think. Well, that's true, SmileyFaceJane, but he's easier to pitch than this Ruth. Yeah, his stuff is like 45 or something, right? It's such a weird looking card too because all the other numbers are so high. It just looks like it has a shrunken head on it or something. All right, we'll go. Let's see. Sanchez, Kluber will be my stoppers. We'll go Lee Smith closer, Eckersley Santos set up, and then Pivetta Hahn middle relief. Okay, and then versus righties. Yeah, I guess Yogi starts, and we'll start Campanella versus lefties. Yeah, that's right. Ruth hitting third. Versus lefties. Yeah, Campanella's starting. Perfect. I think I like Cravath here at DH versus lefties over Tavares. Okay. I think this will be a fun squad. It might not go very deep, but I think it'll be fun. All right, cool. All right, with that, let's get back to the sim. Hopefully everyone's had enough time to submit their forms. Continue game. Yep, we've got all of our contestants in. Cardinal fan and Lisa. Oh, Lisa entered as Lisa is a mess today. Well, hopefully this helps you have a little fun at the end of your messy day. All right, so let me close the form. I can do that now that everyone's in. And take a look at the guesses now that the form's closed. Good luck, everybody. All right, so no one thinks this is going to be worse than the majors or in the league. There's one guess that they'll finish last in their division. Two of you think they'll make the playoffs by winning their division. That's the only way in 1983. One of you thinks they'll make it to the World Series and win the World Series. So we got a wide range of expectations here from this team, which is pretty cool. No Cy Young Award winner, and two of you think there's an MVP winner here. All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and sim to opening day so we can see the preseason predictions. You'll see here it says generating MLB season predictions. Okay, MLB reports and info preseason predictions. 111 and 51, 217 home runs, one stolen base. One stolen base. Second lowest, 80 by the Red Sox. All right, so the AI likes the team. What about the hitters, the players? Reggie Jackson, projected top hitter. Fred Lynn, projected second best. We got Rod Carew in the 5 spot. I mean, Rod Carew might wreck Reggie Jackson's shot at a Triple Crown. 323 average projected for Jackson is wild. Mike Witt showing up at 3rd starting pitcher, and Ken Forrest showing up as 6th. SmileyFaceJane said, projected last runs against an AL is nice, and how weak some of your pitchers are. Yes, 647. That's not last in runs against. That's best in runs against. Oh, least. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You said least. Projected least runs against. Yeah. I mean, Witt and Forsher improvements, but I wonder if we're just underestimating that pitch, the original pitching staff. Because it's not like two pitchers can take it from worst to least. So maybe there's more there than we thought. I mean, as far as peak performances teams go, it did have like a more flat pitching staff. Like it didn't have any studs, but it didn't have any train wreck pitchers that were having to pitch. All right, well, let's go to opening day. Oh, we are not playing on opening day. We play on day 2. Okay, we've got we're hosting the Brewers. Don Sutton against Mike Witt. Let's watch this game. All right, bottom of the first, after a scoreless, hitless first inning for Milwaukee. Yeah, Clay Dog and Nerd of Anarchy, your team is about to get stomped on, I think. Runners on second and third for Bobby Grich. Line drive into right field down the line. It's a base hit. Should score 2. Oh, just scores 1. It's first and third with Jackson on third. 1 out in a 1-2 count. Ground ball to second. To short. Back to first. Ooh, the double play gets him out of that jam with just 1 run scoring. Nervy, thank you for switches for Crouton. Hey, buddy, these are Nerd of Anarchy switches. Yeah. There you go. All right. Switches have been delivered. Yeah, if the Jays win the AL East, they'll face each other in the ALCS. It's the only way to make it in 1983. Gotta win your division. All right, top of the fourth. Cooper on second for Ted Simmons. Ground ball through the infield to the right field. Reggie Jackson with a throw in. It is cut off. Throw home, not in time. Man, the trail runner was running right in front of him, too. All right, top of the fifth. Milwaukee threatening again, runner on first for Gorman Thomas. He bunts. Gorman Thomas bunts? He's going to be an infield hit. The throw is not in time. First and second for Roy Howell. Ground ball to first. It's a short. No throw. Oh, the throw back to first is not in time. First and third for Molitor. 1 out in a 2-2 count. Goes down looking. Wow. Nice strikeout. 2 outs in a 1-1 count to Gantner. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. And they're going to take the lead. SmileyFaceJane might have jinxed herself by taunting the Brewers. It brings up Robin Yount. Already up 2-1. 3-1 count. Draws the walk, bases loaded for Cecil Cooper. Ground ball to first, past the first baseman, base hit. Throw home, cut off, throw to third, not in time. It's a 6-1 game. Fred Lynn batting in the bottom of the 8th. That's a bomb. Solo shot, unfortunately. 6-2, cuts the lead to 4. Bottom of the 9th, 2 on, but when it goes to 2 outs like this, that's usually a bad sign. It means the sim is pretty much over. And that's a pop-up to left field, and that'll end the game. Yeah, SmileyFace jinxed herself with the taunting, I think. Let's finish the month. All right, top of the division. Oh, bouncing up and down, now down to third. Fredlin, batter of the month. The Twins actually in first place. Fred Lynn hit 345, 7 home runs, 18 RBI, 21 runs scored. All right, let's do the month of June. Oh, sorry, the month of May. Stuck in third place. Up to second. Reggie with a 10-game extra base hit streak, including a four-game home run streak. 3 Player of the Week awards. All right, only 2.5 games out from the White Sox. Rod Carew leading the league in batting. Lynn and Jackson 1 and 2 in home runs. They'd also be leading the National League. Grich with 51 RBI. On the pitching side, the only leaderboard appearance is Mike Witt, second league in strikeouts. He's 7-3 though. The ERA is a bit high, 3.64, but he's having a decent season. All right, let's do the month of June. Oh, the owner is interrupting our month here, so we'll get back to it. Half game out, first place. 1 game out, tied, first place. 11-game winning streak puts us 1.5 games ahead of the White Sox. Carew second in batting. Lynn and Jackson still first and second in the majors in home runs. First, second, third in RBI. On the pitching side, Rod Carew has a 23-game live hitting streak going. Mike Witt, third in wins, third in strikeouts. So Mike Witt putting together a pretty good season. Yeah, the White Sox are also 9-1. So the AL West, pretty tough at the top there. Both of these teams would be first place in the NL East. All right, let's go to the All-Star break. Carew's hitting streak ends at 24 games. We've got one more game to play before we get to the break. $14-game winning streak came to an end. The worst teams in the league are the 2 teams the stream is tagged with. The Mets and the Mariners. Oh. They are my tags. The Mets are my favorite team, and the Mariners are my AL team. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out, SmileyFaceJane. 83 Mets. This is like the seeds of the 86 Mets are in here. But still, I think still no Gary Carter, still no Dwight Gooden. Strawberry is there. I think Ojeda might be there already. But yeah, it's the seeds of that team. All right, let's see what the All-Star situation is. Let's look at the votes. Nona catcher Rod Carew third in voting at first base, behind Cooper and Murray. Bobby Grich, unchanged Bobby Grich, second in voting at second base. Fred Lynn leading the votes in center field with over 2 million votes. Reggie Jackson leading the voting in right field. Reggie Jackson is 700,000 votes ahead of Harold Baines. And look at this. The AI has learned to vote for imported players this time. Mike Witt, third in voting at starting pitcher. I'm kind of curious to see what Ken Forsch is doing. So let's take a look at the pitching staff. Forsch is 9-5 with a 4.4. The ER is a bit high, but the win-loss record is okay. The WHIP is a little high at 1.33. My Mike Witt's not much lower, 1.24. But Witt's 13-3 with a 3.38. So yes, I don't think it's like Forsch is getting snubbed either. He's having a decent season, but not great. All right, let's see who was actually selected to the All-Star team. Mike Witt, Bob Boone at catcher, Rod Carew, imported Rod Carew, Bobby Grich, Fred Lynn, and Reggie Jackson were both voted in. So I'm counting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 All-Stars. Very nice. Sorry, I'm looking for that notepad file where I keep all my stuff from The Sims. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. PT26, SmileyFaceJane, 1983, California. Okay. So, 6 All-Stars. I have to keep notes for myself for the pack giveaway, otherwise I'll forget. If we're playing Create a Roster, it goes into the leaderboard, and I update the leaderboard during the sim, so it's not a problem. Alright, let's watch the Home Run Challenge. We've got Reggie Jackson and Fred Lynn. They're on opposite sides of the bracket, so that's good. Jackson advances. Luzinski takes out Fred Lynn, though. Reggie Jackson beats Larry Parrish. Take on all body parts team captain, 4 body part Tony Arm Ass. And Tony Armas wins it. It's Tony Armas, but to fit the body part theme, I like to pronounce it Tony Armas. He is the captain because he has 4 body parts in his name. Was it Chin Lung Hu who's the co-captain because he has 2 body parts in his name? I think he's the co-captain. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, Chin Lung Hu is the co-captain. He's got chin and lung. We haven't simmed that team yet, have we? We should sim that team soon. That'll be a fun one. So those are, every once in a while, I'll do a stream where I have a theme that I want to build a roster around, and I'll get help from the chat. Usually I come in with like 80% built, but it's the creativity of everybody is great because you guys think of names that I never would have thought of. So I like this female athlete one that we started last night, I think it was, when SmileyFaceJane did Satchel Paige Becker's. And what was the one I added? I should have started the rosters. Now I forgot. Who was it? I don't know. SmileyFaceJane, if you remember it, let me know. But Satchel Paige Becker's is great. Who was it? Oh yeah, I found a pitcher whose last name is Lindsay. It was that's right. Thank you, SmileyFaceJane. It was Leonard Lindsay Vaughn. That's what it was. Okay, that one does make me laugh. That was pretty good one. The team is the Los Angeles Angel. Wait, Los Angeles Angel Reese of Anaheim. That is so good. It all. That is definitely the team name. Okay, hold on. All right, I gotta create a roster file for this before I forget. Oh, hold on. New window. Oh man. I think also when we were doing it, I think Lisa Loves Biology expressed an interest in participating. So, this is Los Angeles Angel Reese of Anaheim. I just like the extra dig at the Anaheim Angels name. Okay, Lisa Zoology, you do what you need to do. We'll be here when you get back. Okay, so Satchel Page Records is so good. And Leonard Lindsay Vaughn. Okay, we'll come up with more when we do the. Oh yeah, Z Grizzly. Hey, there's no rush, and you can also we'll keep doing these games. I'll do some adjustments to make them work for the new game because each OOTP has some slight differences. In OOTP 26, the scrubs generated better, so I had to change like some of the creator roster rules. But yeah, you'll get your channel points up there, and then you'll be able to play whenever you get them. All right, so let's see. All-Star game. We just need to quick play this. AL wins 9-3. That's a good sign. Let's see how our players did. Rod Carew went 1 for 2 with a run scored. And we have some original Angels here too, so I can't just look for the year. The year is like a shortcut. Oh yeah, then just redeem whenever you feel ready and when the timing works for you, Z Grizzly. Fred Lynn went 0 for 3. Reggie Jackson went 1 for 2. Let's see. Oh, Brett Boone just pinch hit, looks like, and did not play. Or just maybe a defensive sub. Let's see. Mike Wick got as a pitcher. He actually scored a run. Bobby Grich went 0 for 2. So our hitters did not have a good day. Pitching-wise, Mike Wick got crushed. Oh, my goodness. Mike Wick got crushed, but got the win. Look at this vulture. This vulture pitched 1 inning and gave up 2 earned runs with an 18 ERA, but he gets the win. Wow. That's... This is worth a screenshot. This is some peak vulturing. Carew got a steal. Z Grizzly calling out Upshaw. Let's look at Upshaw. What did Upshaw do? Oh, pinch hit home run. Was it a 2-run shot? He had 2 RBI. Yeah, 1 on, 2 outs. Clutch home run. Should be up here, no? Oh, it seems like it'd be a big deal, but it's not in the 4 plays here on the win probability graph. Trammell was the MVP. Let's see what he did. 1 for 1 with a run scored, a 3-run home run, I guess. Yeah, 3-run shot off for Fernando. So Carew stole the base. He did 1 for 2 with a run scored, stolen base. Yeah, so overall, pretty bad showing, but it is an exhibition. All right, let's go back to the standings view. Let's finish out the month of July. Hanging in first place, 1.5 games. Oh, expanding the lead to 3.5. Oh no, we're in second place now. What? 41 game on base streak by Bobby Critch comes in. We're 2.5 games back. Oof. All right, let's look at the month by month win percentage. Did we just hit a cold streak? Okay, we peaked in June with a 690. The rest of the time we were like a 500s team, but July we were 14 and 13, just over 500. So let's see if we can turn that around. Right, the month of August. Tied for first. Oh wow, 5.5 games ahead of first. Now we're back in a tie. Wow, that lead popped up and then went away. The White Sox are ahead in the loss column though, so that I think you definitely want fewer losses. You can always win more games, you can't lose fewer games. So I would give them a little bit of an advantage there. Rod Carew, second league in batting behind Wade Boggs. Jackson and Lynn still first and second in home runs in the majors. Jackson and Gritch second and third in RBI. Mike Witt third in wins. Dave Righetti with 25 wins already. Righetti's 25-1. Holy cow. Oh man. Steve leading the league in strikeouts. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the win percentage is one thing, but when you really come down to the home stretch, you can't get rid of losses. You can always get more wins. So when you're behind in the loss column, it's harder to catch up. But yeah, let's go ahead and sim. Let's go maybe week by week. Yeah, let's go week by week. Okay, we're up to... Wow, that 1 week was huge. We're up 2.5 games. From a virtual tie to up 2.5 games. Wow, what a big week. All right, we'll do another week. All right, the lead's still 2.5 games. There was a little bit of up and down, though. The White Sox went 3-7. So, yeah, the Athletics kind of closing in. They're still 7.5 out, though. I feel pretty safe from them. The NL's pretty much landed. Yeah, the Jays 7.5 games out too. I mean, I think there's not enough time left. There's not enough games left, I think. White Sox are now 5 games out. Blue Jays are now 8 games out. The Dodgers have clinched. The Tigers are now in second place. The Jays are now 10.5 back. The Pirates have clinched. So the playoffs have been clinched. The Yankees, Angels, Pirates, and Dodgers will be the playoff teams. So we'll move ahead to the end of the regular season. Oh, look at this. Rod Carew, 369. Tied, virtual tie for Wade Boggs with 1 game left. Fred Lynn has moved ahead of Reggie Jackson for home runs. Jackson and Lynn, second and third in RBI. Jackson and Lynn, first and second in OPS and batter WAR. No one on the leaderboard for pitching, so Mike Witt must have fallen off a bit. Yeah, did we get our 1 stolen base? We'll have to see. The holler. What a good callback to the one stolen base projection. That's funny. All right, we have one game left, and Rod Carew is looking for the batting title. You know what? Let's do it this way. Okay, the Angels lose 10-1. Only got 8 hits. How many of those hits did Carew get? Carew went 2 for 4. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Boggs. Oh, Boggs hasn't played yet. It's okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Red Sox Guardians. Oh, man, the Red Sox got 16 hits. Uh-oh. Boggs went 2 for 4 also. But, oh, he's up to 369. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I think we lost a batting title on the last day of the season. Yep. They both went 2 for 4, but... Yeah, let's see. Let's end the day. Where are our achievements? Does someone not have 163 games yet? Oh, yeah, there's other teams playing today. There's a Dodgers Expos game, a suspended game they have to finish. Our Fred Lynn home run champion. You know what we haven't been doing? We haven't been keeping track of pitchers of the month, batters of the month. Because once you get the achievement, it won't tell you again if you get another one. Right, so Reggie Jackson here was, for June, was batter of the month. He had 327 with 10 home runs. You know, Rigetti, on the way to that crazy 25-1 record, was 6-0 in June with a 2.96 ERA. All right, let's check out the month of July. Herbeck was a top batter. Top pitcher. Oh, that was for the week. Top batter was Jesse Barfield. So for Z Grizzly, as Jesse Barfield got batter of the month, hitting 410. 410 for the month of July. Wow. Rigetti, another star of the month. He went 6-0. And then let's look at August. George Brett was AL hitter of the month. Oh no, that was, yeah, he had 430. Oh my goodness, he had 430 in August with 10 home runs. Wow. And then Morris was the top pitcher, so none of our players there. Nerve, thank you for switches for True Talk. Hey buddy, these are Nerd of Anarchy switches. Alright. Oh, there was a perfect game? Yeah, we can go look at achievements and see what that was, the perfect game. And then let's look at September Players of the Month. Yeah, Boggs, man, just beat out Carew. So Boddicker was Pitcher of the Month. And Fred Lynn, Batter of the Month. He had 355 with 11 home runs, 30 RBI, 26 runs scored, 444 on base percentage. He finished with 54 home runs and a 340 average. He might be our MVP candidate. Perfect game by Mets legend Jerry Koosman. Against the Rangers, struck out 5. Oh, perfect game and 200th win in the same game. That's amazing. Where was the 200th game part? Is it in here? Is it in the write-up? Oh, it's a separate message? Okay. That's really cool. This is like, the list of players who've thrown perfect games. There are a couple of, like, Hall of Famers in there, but the rest of the list is mostly like there's some journeyman pitchers in there. Like Koosman would fit right in to the list of players who pitch perfect games. That's really cool. Thanks for calling that out, Z Grizzly. I missed it completely. Yeah, SmileyFaceJane, the fact that you caught that it was also the 200th win is awesome. All right, let's save this now that the regular season's over. And let's go. Oh yeah, no, there's no wild cards. So we're gonna go straight to the scores view. Okay, so NLCS is gonna start first. Wow, the Pirates shut out the Dodgers on 4 hits. De Leon goes the distance. 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. Dave Parker went 3 for 5. Dale Berra had 4 RBI. Nice. All right, NLCS game 2. Pirates win again 3-2 this time. Much tighter game, but they still hang on to win. They win the blowouts. They win the 1-run games. Nice. All right, ALCS against the Yankees. Mike Witt on the mound against Dave Righetti. Dave Righetti won 29 games, I think. 29-3. Witt finished 22-9. It is a loss 4-2. Oh, 3-man rotation, 4-man rotations, SmileyFaceJane. Send Tommy John to the bullpen. Okay, sorry about that. I should have done it for game 1, but 4-man. Now, where do you want Tommy John? Do you just want him middle relief, normal usage? Yeah, pretty sure Righetti's going to win that Cy Young Z Grizzly. Long relief, normal usage. Okay. All right. NL's on a travel day. We've got Forsh versus Guidry. Guidry went 11-13, so he is beatable. 6-2 win. Ken Forsh goes 8 2/3. Who came in for the 1/3? Sanchez came in for the 1/3. Yeah. $156 pitches. Yeah. I mean, Fernando was throwing lots of pitches back then. Yeah, Guidry was a beast, but I think by 83 he was starting to come off his peak, right? I think it was like 79, maybe 81 were his like top seasons. 77. I think he had a really good 77. Hold on, let me see. I'm so used to picking out peak seasons for players that like some of them stick out. Yeah, 77, 78, 79 were all top WAR seasons. 81. I did say 81, right? 81 was a huge season. I think that was a strike shortened season. And then, yeah, no, you know what? No, you're right. He was still a beast in 83. You're right. 114 ERA plus, 1166 whip. Led the league in complete games. Yeah, he did just underperform the sim. But yeah, Ziegler was right. He was still in beast mode in 83. All right, this is game 3 of the NLCS. LA wins, so that cuts the series lead to 2-1. They win 4-1. Fernando on the mound for that one, so they really needed Fernando to turn that series around for them. Bob Welch on the mound for the Dodgers. They lose 2-1. They're on the verge of elimination. Game 3 in the ALCS. The Yankees win. Fontenot gets to win. Gossage gets the save. Well, we're on the verge of elimination. 5-3 loss. Nettles went 2 for 4 with a home run. Travel day. Wait, what happened? Wait, did I blow through the... Did I blow through us getting eliminated? Oh, were that... I didn't realize the LCSs were 5 games back then. You know what? I did know that, though, because I put in the form that, like, so-and-so won 3-1. Alright, sorry for again. Eliminating the ALCS. I actually might as well do scores used for this. Oops. Pirates win game 1 5-1. De Leon's been solid in the postseason here. Game 2, the Yankees win 6-1. Guidry goes 9 innings. Travel day before game 3. 10 innings. The Yankees win 8-7. Ken Griffey Sr., player of the game. 2 home runs for Griffey. That's awesome. All right, game 4. Pirates win in extras. They walk it off in the bottom of the 10th. They tie that series up at 2-2. Clutch win there. See, this is a problem. We don't get the win probability graph if it's not our team. We also don't get the game log, so I don't know how they scored that winning run. Game 5. 29 game winner Rigetti on the mound. Yeah, he actually, I wouldn't say he outdueled De Leon, but they did win the game. Oh, the Yankees scored 5 in the top of the 9th. That's brutal. All right. Travel day. And the Yankees win 5-4. They win 4 games to 2. Womp womp. All right, we'll finish today. We'll go to the mailbox for the postseason awards. All right, let's save. Now the postseason is over, we'll save again. And Great Glove Awards. Yeah, 97-65, huge improvement by bringing those 5 players in. 3 great gloves. Very nice. I mean, Bob Boone was already there. I'm assuming he won one. Well, Gidry won one on the mound. Boone. Imported Carew. SmileyFaceJane was worried about this defense. 45 defender. Rod Carew wins a Gold Glove. There you go. And where's the other one? Oh, Brian Downing. Original Brian Downing. 3 Gold Gloves. Man, Rod Carew really showed SmileyFaceJane. She was worried about his fielding. He won a Gold Glove. Now, relief pitcher of the year. We did have a pitcher with good ERA, but yeah, Sanchez was 4-2 with 8 saves and a 1.89 ERA, 0.89 WHIP. The AI has been pretty good about recognizing setup pitchers in OOTP 26. Oh, you only brought up because he would be our only backup second baseman. Okay. Wait, but... Oh, he was playing first. Okay, my bad. I thought he was playing second. Whitaker won it at second. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, Sanchez might get a vote or two. We'll see what happens with that. Nope, no votes. 3 players got all the votes. Gossage and Quisenberry split the first base votes, but Gossage got 10 more than Quisenberry. 10-8, 34 saves, 1.96 ERA. Quisenberry, 8-5, 28 saves, 1.61 ERA. Both really good seasons. For the Orioles, Tippy Martinez, 5-8, 40 saves, 2.16. Remember, Tippy Martinez had a really good card in, I want to say it was PT26. I think it was an LE relief pitcher card. It was really nice. Alright, so no relief pitcher of the year votes. Platinum Stick Awards. Should be good for a few of these. Just 2. Lynn and Jackson, who have been on top of the home run leaderboard the whole time. So no Carew at first. Who got it at first? Willie Upshaw from the Blue Jays. 355, 41 home runs, 16 stolen bases, 7.5 WAR. Wow. Man, Butch Weiniger, 320 average, 17 home runs at catcher for the Yankees. Cliff Johnson from the Blue Jays at DH, 278, 39 home runs. Oh, yeah. Did we get our 1 stolen base? Gonna look at that. We got 3 stolen bases. 2 by Carew and 1 by Reggie Jackson. Take that, AI projection. 3 stolen bases. Lynn got caught twice without a stolen base. Downing and Benitez got caught once each. Team stats, 3 steals, 4 caught stealing. Alright, next up. Rookie of the Year, we don't have any eligible players. Cy Young, I think it's, pretty much going to go to Rigetti. Yeah, Rigetti, Jack Morris second, Mike Witt third. Jack Morris actually got a first place vote. 22-6, 2.89 got a first place vote against 29-3. That Tigers beat reporter really being a homer there. I mean, see, Grizzly Jackson used to have a little bit of speed when he was younger. right? He had double-digit steals, 20 stolen base seasons, 26. I mean, ignore the 26 and 17 caught stealings, but he had a 25 steal, 5 caught stealing year in 74, 28 steals, 7 caught stealing in 76. So it's not like he had no wheels, but yeah, I mean, mostly a slugger. Well, what was the year we took? 77? He was 17 steals, 3 caught stealing, so pretty good efficiency. Oh, 69. That's right, it was 69. 13 steals, 5 caught stealing. Still decent efficiency. All right, what's left? MVP? Reggie or Lynn, potentially. Fred Lynn, very nice. Swept the first place votes. Unanimous MVP, Fred Lynn. 340, 32 doubles, 54 home runs, 132 RBI. I like that they go through the trouble of saying no triples. How was his MVP? Oh, it's amazing. He had 340, 32 doubles, no triples, 54 home runs. Yeah, no, Upshaw had a really good season. He won the Silver Slugger at first base over Carew. Yeah, Carew right behind Upshaw in MVP voting. Jackson and Lynn, Lynn and Jackson first and second. Yeah, you're right, SmileyFaceJane. If they're this close to an MVP, the Silver Slugger vote was probably pretty close too. Yeah. All right. I think we have enough information now to do the pack giveaway. So let's see how that goes. Let me switch over to the spreadsheet view of the pack giveaway. Appreciate so much participation in the pack giveaway, by the way. It's always more fun when we have more people in it.